Hello students, I am sorry because I just forget that your last minute was remained to teach. So in today onwards or on tomorrow, by tomorrow I'm going to finish your unit number 3, unit number 6 in case of this year's semester. Firstly, I want to apologize for this because I have totally forgotten that we have remained the unit number 6. Today, in this unit number 6, we are having aquaculture. In that, we are having fish culture specifically. But when we talk about the aquaculture comes with the all culture of animals. In that, we can include prawn culture, crab culture, fish culture, other shrimp culture. ह्या सगळ्यांच्या गोष्टीचा इट इन्क्लूड्स ऑल द थिंग्स लाईक तुम्ही ते शेलचं कल्चर करताय, तुम्ही प्रॉन्सचं कल्चर करताय, क्रॅब, फिश, वट एव्हर animals those are living in aquatic media, those are living in water and they are culturable, they call it as a aquaculture. it includes it includes fish, prawn, whatever culture that is economically important to the fish farmer or to the human beings, that includes to the aquaculture. In this lecture, we are going to see what different methods and what are different types of aquaculture we use in general media. We are going to see one by one. Now, when we talk about the aquaculture is the farming of aquatic plants and animals in control to the environment. It control to gain the economic importance. It includes the finfish, shellfish. They are grown artificially containers. They are not growing naturally. They are growing artificially and artificially within such as ponds. Then we are having cage, then we are having concrete fiber tanks, and these culture organisms reproduced and offspring raised in captivity. They young organisms are stocked at a known density and are fed nutritionally complete diet to maximize the growth rate, and also the water quality, improvise the water quality, and that water quality is monitored and maintained healthy environment. Animals are harvested with the nets with their carcasses. In general, what we can say, the aquaculture, it is an artificially method. Artificially, we are culturing the animals to gaining the economic importance. जसं की सपोज नॅचरली फिश टेक्स अबाउट 6 months टू ग्रो अप. एखाद्या फिशला जर 6 महिने लागत असतील ती एका किलोचं बनायला, तर थ्रू द आर्टिफिशियल aquaculture we can get in the minimized period to the maximized growth rate. So that's why we are doing the aquaculture. In case of India, we are having two main types of aquaculture. एक आहे fresh water, which are including cold water also, and second आहे brackish water fish culture. There are now some more experiments are done to the marine culture also. Then what management we are having, on that basis we are having three types of aquaculture. एक आहे एक्सटेन्सिव्ह aquaculture, सेमी इंटेन्सिव्ह आणि इंटेन्सिव्ह. In case of cold water aquaculture, the cultivable fish species are like trout. Trout, it is the most selling fish in case of foreign countries, in case of European countries. So the cultivable fish in case of cold water is a trout, Indian trout, then mahasir, then common carps including miller carp. Then modern trout farmings also done in case of Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. These are the most coldest area in case of India. The potential cultivable species have gained importance due to the excellent food value. कोणत्या फिशचा आपण कल्चर करतो, which are having excellent food value, delicious taste, better meat quality and consumer preference. हे जे 4 क्रायटेरियाज आहेत, दे आर टेकिंग इन इंटरेस्ट टू कल्चर द फिश. कोणते कोणते आहेत? एक आहे त्या फिशची जी फूड व्हॅल्यू आहे, इट हॅज टू बी मॅक्झिमम अमाउंट ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. So they should have been having the excellent food value. It also tastes good. Then they are having proper meat quality and then they consumer preference, जसे की आपण कोणती fish prefer करतो. On these all the criteria they take in interest to culture the fish. Then for the aquaculture we require water resources. If you are culturing fish in case of pond and tanks, we are also requiring land. These are the some parameters we are requiring for the aquaculture like pond and tanks. Then तुमच्या एक डायरेक्ट हवा आहे कनेक्ट टू द लार्ज वॉटर बॉडी. जर आपण टँक तयार करतो आहे तिथे एखादा मोठा तलाव पाहिजे, मोठं धरण हवंय ज्याला 12ही महिने पाणी पाहिजे, किंवा नदी हवी आहे ज्याला 12ही महिने पाणी भेटलं असं. Then we are repairing lakes and reservoirs, then canals and channels, then fields, depends on which kind of aquaculture you are doing. Then freshwater aquaculture account over 70% of total inland production. जवळपास 70% जे आहे द फिश कल्चर जर आपण बघितलं तर जवळपास 70% कसं आहे हे फ्रेश वॉटर फिश कल्चर आहे. बोथ इंडियन अँड एक्झॉटिक कार्प, एक्झॉटिक म्हणजे बाहेरनं मागवलेले फिश, contribute about 90% of total freshwater aquaculture. Then freshwater fish aquaculture enhance the average productivity from about 500 to 2000 kilogram per hectare per year. However, the potential is 10 tons per hectare per year. Now these are some culture systems, culture types like composite fish culture, intensive fish culture, then clarias culture where savage feed culture, तिथे घाणेरडं पाणी आपण सोडतो तिथे पण fish culture करतात. Then we are having integrated fish farming, pen culture, cage culture, running water culture, shrimp culture, aquatic weed based culture, biogas slurry based culture, Makhna and air breathing fish culture we are going to see. And these are the average production rate per year has been done by these different fish cultures. Now culture of Indian major calves. When we talk about the major calves, Indian major calves, they are Labio rohita, Katla Katla and Canis mrigala. हे तीन जे fish आहेत they are the Indian major calves because they are म्हणजे ती त्याची जी उत्पत्ती झालेली आहे it is from the India. Now there are different ponds like nursery pond, rearing pond, culturing pond. These are the different ponds they have to be constructed for the culturing of major calves. Then when we are preparing the pond, the shape of the pond must be rectangular. तो rectangle असला पाहिजे. Size of pond should be 0.03 to 0.05 hectare with water depth of about 1 to 1.5 meter. It is necessary to expose pond bottom to sunlight for better mineralization. तो जे बॉटम आहे तिथे डेप्थ जास्त नको आहे कारण त्याथे काय आहे सनलाइट दे हॅज टू पेनिट्रेट टू द बॉटम. देन there has to be escape of toxic gases and these keep from the aquatic insects, aquatic weeds and predatory fish. Then when we like preparing the ponds, we have to be taking care of some things like irradiation of aquatic weeds, then removal of unwanted fish because we are culturing a specific fish. We are culturing in the major calves. So we have to be removal of other fish. Then application of lime to maintain the pH of water. Then fertilization and control of aquatic insects. Now aquatic weeds, they are plants. These are the plants, those are found in case of water. On the basis of their habitat, there are three types. एक आहेत फ्लोटिंग जे पाण्यावर तरंगतात, एक आहे सबमर्ज जे पाण्याच्या थोड्या खाली राहतात आणि एक आहेत एमर्जंट वीड्स जे पाण्याच्या तळाशी राहतात. हे काय आहे? दीज आर द थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ वीड्स. गवत, पाण्यामध्ये सापडणारं गवत विच इज फूड फॉर द कल्चरिंग फिश. So these type of weeds they has to be grown onto the aquatic and the water. Then we are having marginal weeds. They are किनाऱ्यालगतचं जे गवत त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण, they are the marginal weeds. Then filamentous algae, तेच की त्या पाण्यावर तरंगतात त्या. They are the filamentous algae and these algal blooms they are very much harmful for the culturing of fish. आता these we have to culture the weeds but there has to be in minimum quantity. There has to be in a proper quantity because if there is a large aquatic weeds they may be trap sunlight onto the surface of water. So there has to be in a minimum area. Then these are the there are some techniques they have given for the development of weeds. Now, culture of shellfish. You can see the female, sorry, these are the prawns. These are the shellfishes. त्याचा कव्हर कसा आहे शेल आहे त्याच्यामध्ये क्रॅब पण म्हणतात. So culture of shellfish of India. So we are having giant river prawn in the largest among freshwater prawn found in all rivers of east and west coast of India with all the coastal areas throughout the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean. It has a long sword shape. You can see the sword shaped rostrum with the equal number of teeth and both upper and lower edges. These are the giant prawn. These are the prawn culture. This is a prawn culture. You can see these are the tanks. You can see these are the tanks or this is a natural tank. हे कसे त्याचे artificial tank आहेत आणि हे when there is a near water body they can be cultured. आता इथे हा जो एरिया आहे हा indoor culture आहे where we can only culture up to the seeds पर्यंत जो पण त्याचे seeds तयार होतात. Onto the formation of seeds you can culture into these tanks and जेव्हा ते seeds तयार झाले त्या seeds ला proper जागा मिळायला पाहिजे for the growing. They will be transferred to this dam, to this pond for the further growth. This is a culture. This is a prawn culture. This is the giant culture of giant freshwater prawn cultures. These are the techniques we used in case of culturing prawn. This is the hatcheries. You can see these are the different tanks. And in case of different tanks, we can found the different size of prawns in these tanks. Now, when we talk about the aquaculture, there has to be a proper management of water bodies, of the water bodies, like what are the different parameters, different physical, different chemical parameters, they has to be controlled while culturing the fish. Now the basic requirement of fish culture offers favorable environment for growth, respires with oxygen and get food suspended of water. हे काय आहे ही बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट आहे. तिला काय लागतंय की चांगलं वातावरण लागतंय फिश कल्चर व्हायला. देर हॅज टू बी डिझॉल्व्ड ऑक्सिजन लागतोय आणि देर हॅज टू बी मिनिमम क्वांटिटी ऑफ फूड. These are the three growing parameters required in case of aquaculture. Now, the fish culture is influenced by various physical, chemical, and biological parameters. Like, if we talk about the physical parameters, like temperature, the temperature has to be in between 18 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, like a environmental temperature. The pH should not below the 4 and should not above the 8. The pH has to be maintained in between to the 7 to 10. Then dissolved oxygen. Fish cannot take the environmental oxygen or the natural oxygen जो हवेमध्ये असतो तो ऑक्सिजन फिश घेऊ शकत नाही. सो द ऑक्सिजन हॅज टू बी डिझॉल्व्ड इन वॉटर. म्हणून काय करतो आपण की जर तुम्ही एखादा फिश टँक बघितला असेल त्या फिश टँक मध्ये यू आर ऑब्झर्विंग तिथे पाण्याचे बुडबुडे आलेले असतात बिकॉज दिस आर नथिंग बट द ऑक्सिजन इज डिझॉल्विंग इन टू द वॉटर. We can using the aerators and there are different techniques like पाण्याने काठीने पाणी ढवळणं वगैरे ज्या गोष्टी असतात they have been done for the dissolving oxygen into the water. Now these are the different types of aquaculture like extensive aquaculture, traditional aquaculture, semi-intensive, intensive, recirculatory methods and flowing methods. Now, in case of traditional method, like pond culture, this is a common method for the fish culture. The water is maintained in an enclosed area by artificial constructing like dike and bunds. तुम्ही हे बघू शकता की हे dikes आहेत. These are the dikes is prepared in case of natural water media. The ponds are very much small, shallow and quite standing water with the slide. म्हणजे कसं आहे पॉन्ड छोटे असतात उथळ असतात आणि दे आर हॅव्हिंग स्लाइट विंड ॲक्शन्स. ते हवेची पातळी कशी असते कमी असते. Now, in case of pond preparation, there are various aspects in pond preparation which should be carried out before pond is used for culture for first time and for subsequent crops. The main objective of pond preparation are to provide fish with the clean pond base and appropriate stable water quality. काय आहे मग क्लीन. द पॉन्ड हॅज टू बी क्लीन. त्याचे जे खालचे जे तळाचे जे वीड्स आहेत जे काही प्लांट असतील कचरा वगैरे असेल दे हॅज टू बी क्लीन. नंतर ड्रायिंग मेथड. इन दिस मेथड द फायनल हार्वेस्ट ऑफ पॉन्ड बॉटम इज ड्राईड अँड क्रॅक डेव्हलप प्रायमरीली टू ऑक्सिडाइज द ऑर्गॅनिक कंपोनंट्स. नंतर the pond should be dried at least 7 to 8 days and the soil should be cracked at a depth of 2 to 5 centimeters. After drying the pond bottom is plugged and the depth is of 50 centimeters. Then wet method. जो काही ड्राय केलेला पॉन्ड असेल ते हॅव टू बी वेट because there has to be formation of thin slurry. Then living method. This living method they are using with the different chemicals like calcium, sodium, magnesium to maintain the pH of soil as well as the water. And then we are having pond fertilization. The main objective of adding fertilizers in fish pond is to maintain the sustained production of natural fish good organism during the entire culture period. We are using organic and inorganic fertilizers. Their purpose to promote the growth and development of correct size and species of zooplankton prey for fish fry. कारण आपल्याला माहिती आहे की fish feeds on to the planktons. They might be copepods, might be the platypus, they might be the rotifers. These are the some planktons where fish are feeding upon. The organic fertilizers we are using like cow dung, etc. These are used to prepare for the growth and the production of aquatic weeds. And these are like fertilizers जे आहेत inorganic fertilizer काय आहेत की these are some chemicals we are using to production of the aquatic weeds and the planktons. Then sometime आपण जी सॉइल हे करतो ते सॉइल कशी आहे ती सॉइल दे लॅक इन सम न्यूट्रिएंट्स. सो ते न्यूट्रिएंट्स भरून काढायला सुद्धा आपण काय करतो की वरून काही केमिकल्स टाकतो जसे सोडियम हे नायट्रोजन फॉस्फरस अँड पोटॅशियम. दीज आर द बेसिक nutrition for the growth of aquatic weeds and they are also for the culturing fish. Then these are the zooplanktons which are also they has to be grow in case of your pond because they are the basic food for your fish. These are the some fertilizers we are used like nitrogen fertilizers, phosphorus fertilizers, potassium fertilizers. To using these fertilizers we can maintain the temperature, maintain the pH of that fish pond where we are using these fertilizers to formation of proper growth of the fish. These are some advantages of applying inorganic fertilizers. Like these are used for the very fast growth, quick effect on the pond productivity. Then they pond has to be pollution free. Then no BOD is required for chemical fertilizers. In other words, there is a beneficial effect of oxygen contents. Then small quantity as applied to the manures. खत जे आहेत जे organic manures आहेत we are using for the proper productivity of pond. These are the some fertilizers we are using for the in case of pond. These are also some contents. Then for the aquatic insect, these are some aquatic insect where they are growing in case of ponds. We should not go in deep because this is a raw content of your syllabus. Then we are having extensive fish farming. This is the least managed form of farming system. They are having large ponds. They are about 1 to 5 hectare. Then no supplemental feeding of fertilizer is provided. They can be harvested about 500 to 2000 kgs per hectare. In this extensive of fish culture, the growth is limited by available food because we are not supplying the artificial food to the fishes. So what happened? की जी growth आहे it is a limited. Most of the tilapia culture it is concerned with the extensive fish farming because tilapia the fish it largely feed whatever food whatever matter is available in case of pond. Then we are having semi-intensive fish farming. They are involved at the small ponds. They are natural food developed by fertilizations and with or without supplemental feeding for fish. But in case of shrimp culture, we have to be provide the food to the fish. Then intensive fish culture. आपण म्हणतो बघा काय ICU मध्ये आहे. सो द ICU इट इज अ इंटेन्सिव्ह केअर युनिट. म्हणजे काय तिथे खूप काळजी घेतली जाते. इन केस ऑफ ICUs we know they have to take care of the patient. Like that की ही जी इंटेन्सिव्ह फिश फार्मिंग आहे ही वेल मॅनेज fish farming system आहे and they achieve the maximum production of fish form in a minimum quantity of water. लहान छोट्याशा पाण्यामध्ये खूप सारे मासे कल्चर करणे द इंटेन्सिव्ह फिश फार्मिंग. The system involves small ponds, tanks, raceways with high stocking density. Then we are having flow through method. In case of this, the raceway culture is defined by raising of fish in running water. Raceways are designed to provide a flow through system to enable rearing of much dense of fish. In case of raceways or flowing, they are having springs, streams, deep wells and reservoirs. These are much smaller and occupy less space than ponds. They made up of concrete or cement blocks or maybe lined by the plastic material. Raceway farms they have a series or the linear design. Then they have to slope 1 to 2%. It contains 10 to 12 segments and all segments should be straight and ensure the uniform flow. You can see these are linear types of farmings or linear type of raceways. And these are the lateral type of raceways. These are the hatcheries. There are different hatcheries like circular hatcheries, giant hatcheries. These are the different hatcheries we used in case of fish farming. And these hatcheries, they are the intensive care unit for the fish farming. Nowadays, tilapia, it is the most growing fish we are using in case of these products. Then a recirculating aquaculture system. In this system, the treatments and incorporations and reuse of water with less than 10% of water volume replace per day. This is a very low kind of aquaculture we are using in case of India. The main benefit of recirculating aquaculture is the ability to reduce the need for fresh clean water while still maintaining the healthy environment for fish. This is a recirculating aquaculture systems. You can see these are the fish tanks. Then the filter, they are using filters, and where you can, here you can culture the fish. These are the some chemicals we are using to control the pH, to control the dissolved oxygen, to remove of solids. Now, advantages of aquaculture. It reduces the water requirement as compared to the raceways and the pond water systems. They reduce land needs due to the high isolation density. Their isolation flexibility and independence from a large scale water sources. There is also reduction in case of wastewater influent volume. Ability to closely monitor and control environmental conditions to maximize production efficiency. Similarly, there is the independence from weather and variable environmental conditions, because we are culturing the fish artificially, so artificially. So the weather, जे काही हवामान आहे, it doesn't affect that means affect to the fish culture. There are some disadvantages also. There are high upfront investment in materials and infrastructure, because they require high amount of materials for the culture. Then the high operating cost, because they maintain electricity. Then they have to take the waters from the large water reservoirs, and a need for highly trained staff to monitor and operate system, because culturing of fish is not an easy job. So we have to be trained staff for the culturing of fish. This is about the aquaculture introduction. In next class, we are going to see the induced breeding, artificial breeding in case of fish.